Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Mad Chemist. Today we are going to discuss about p block elements. And the p block elements we are going to discuss about group 13 elements. The group 13 consists of boron, aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium. Their atomic number and electronic configuration is given in the picture in the PPT. Let us now discuss about ionization energies. The ionization energy is a minimum amount of energy required to remove the most loosely bound electron, the valence electron, of an isolated neutral gaseous atom or a molecule. To simplify it, ionization energy is a minimum energy required to remove the outermost electron. The first ionization energy of these elements corresponds to the removal of np1 electron from NH2 np1 configuration. The second and the third ionization energy corresponds to the removal of NH2 electron. The sum of three ionization energy of boron is high compared to that of other elements of the group. That is because the boron has a smaller size and the effective nuclear charge experienced by the outer electron of the boron is more. The effective nuclear charge is the attractive positive charge of the nuclear proton on valence electron. The ionization energy decreases from boron to aluminum. That is because as we move from boron to aluminum, the effective nuclear charge experienced decreases. That is, the effective nuclear charge experienced by the outer electrons of the aluminum is comparatively less to that of the effective nuclear charge experienced by the outer electron of boron. Since the effective nuclear charge experienced by the outer electrons of the aluminum is less, it is very much easy for us to remove the outermost electron of the aluminum when compared to that of boron. Hence, ionization energy of aluminum is less compared to that of boron. But on going from aluminum to gallium, the value of ionization energy increases. That is because of the poor shielding of the 3D electrons. The outer electronic configuration of gallium and indium are alike. So, ionization energy decreases with increase in size. Here the reason is, as the size increases, the effective nuclear charge experienced by the outermost electron decreases. That is because the outermost electron will be much more away from the nucleus. Since it is away from the nucleus, it is very much easy for us to remove that outer electron. Hence, ionization energy decreases. In case of thallium, ionization energy increases due to poor shielding of F electron. Since the F electrons poorly shield the outermost electron, the effective nuclear charge experienced by them is more. Hence, it is difficult to remove the outermost electron. Hence, ionization energy increases. The first ionization energy of these elements are lower when compared to the elements of group 2. That is because the group 2 elements have NH2 configuration, which is stable configuration. So energy needed to remove the outermost electron becomes more. But in case of group 13, it has NH2 NP1 electron which are easily removed, and also that p electrons are at a greater distance from the nucleus when compared to that of s electrons. Now let us consider about oxidation states. The oxidation state is a number assigned to an element in a chemical combination which represents the number of electrons lost by an atom of the element in the compound. To simplify it, oxidation state represents the number of electrons lost by an atom of that element in the compound. Boron atom has small size and high ionization energy. It does not lose all its valence shell electron and hence it does not give B3 plus ion. Hence boron atom combine with other element through covalent bond. The covalent bond is a chemical bond that involves sharing of electron pair between the atom. The small size and high charge of Al3 plus ion gives it high charge density. Gallium, indium, thallium shows plus 1 and plus 3 oxidation states. These elements form M plus as well as M3 plus cations. The M3 plus cation is obtained when all NH2 and NP1 electrons are lost, but M plus cation is obtained when only one NP1 electron is lost. In the formation of in the formation of M plus cations, the electron pair in ns orbital remains inert. That is, if you consider NH2 NP1 configuration, only one electron from NP1 is lost, whereas the two electrons in the ns orbitals remain as it is. The electron pair in the ns orbitals remain inert. This is called as inert pair effect. The inert pair effect is a tendency of two electrons in the outermost s orbital to remain unshared in the compound. If you consider boron and aluminium, they do not show inert pair effect. Hence, they do not form A plus and B plus cations. Inert pair effect increases from gallium to thallium. Thus, thallium shows maximum inert pair effect. The inert pair effect is due to poor shielding of D and F electrons. Now let us consider about the relative stability of M plus and M3 plus cations. The stability of the M3 plus cations decreases from that of B3 plus to TL3 plus, and that of plus 1 state increases from B plus to TL plus. As we move from boron to thallium, the inert pair effect becomes more prominent, which causes the decrease in the stability of elements in plus 3 oxidation states. Now let us see about the nature of M3 plus compounds. From electronic configuration of these elements, it is clear that all these elements give M3 plus ions. The nature of the compounds of M3 plus ions is decided by Fajans rule. The Fajans rule states that the smaller the size of the cation, greater the tendency to form covalent compound. That is, with the increase in the size of M3 plus ion from B3 plus to TL3 plus, the tendency of these ions to form covalent compound decreases. That is, according to Fajans rule, with the increase in the size of the cation, their tendency to form covalent compound decreases. Consequently, compound of B3 plus are more covalent while TL3 plus are least covalent. Now let us consider about the electropositive character of group 13 elements. The electropositive character is also known as metallic character. The electropositive character is a tendency of an element to lose electrons and form positive ions, that is cations. The electropositive character of these elements increases as we move from boron to thallium. If you consider boron, it is a semi-metal, whereas others of this group are metallic and good conductors of electricity. If we consider aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium, they have almost equal electropositive character. So next is formation of oxides and hydroxides. All elements of this group form oxides and hydroxides. If you consider B3 plus ion, it is very small in size and has high charge density. It pulls the electrons from the water molecule towards itself by rupturing the OH bond present in the H2O molecule, that is water molecule. This results in the rapid hydrolysis of B3 plus ion by water molecule to release H plus ions. Hence, it gives us BOH thrice, that is boric acid, and B2O3, that is boron oxide. These are acidic in character. And if you consider Al3 plus and Ga3 plus ions, these are relatively larger when compared to that of B3 plus ion. Hence, they have a smaller ability to rupture the OH bond. Thus, Al3 plus and Ga3 plus are hydrolyzed to a smaller extent when compared to that of B3 plus ion. That is, oxides and hydroxides of Al3 plus and Ga3 plus are amphoteric. If you consider In3 plus and Tl3 plus ions, they are larger than that of Al3 plus and Ga3 plus ions. Hence, their hydrolysis by water is very low. And this makes oxides and hydroxides of In3 plus and Tl3 plus ions basic. Now let's consider about the formation of hydrates. None of the elements of group 13 react directly with hydrogen to form hydrates. However, hydrates of these elements have been prepared by indirect methods. Boron form a large number of polymeric hydride which are called boranes. The example is B2H6 and B4H10. The elements of this group form complex anionic hydrates as shown in the picture below. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit on the like button, share, subscribe and hit on the bell icon to get the notification of the upcoming video.